Hello 3S, my name is Mrs. Woolf. I'm really excited to have you in 4W in September. Miss Smith told me so many lovely things about you and amazing things that I can't wait to meet you all. I'm feeling a little bit disappointed that I didn't get to have a moving on up morning with you, but then I remembered that I went and taught you a German lesson when you were all in year 2. So I have taught you before I met you all. Mr. James has given us a list of questions to answer. So the first question he asked was, why did I become a teacher? I would describe myself as a quiet and calm and caring person, and I think they're really important qualities to have as a teacher. I became a teacher because I love being able to give knowledge to people. I particularly enjoy what I call the light bulb moment, where if you've really struggled to understand something or you found something quite tricky and then it clicks and you go, oh, I get it. And that makes me feel so happy. That's one of the most rewarding moments of being a teacher. The next question Mr. James asked was, what are your favourite subjects and why? My favourite subject is maths. I really like playing around with numbers in my head. Before I became a teacher, I was trained to be an accountant, and that's someone who adds up lots of numbers and goes through lists of numbers. But I found it a bit boring because I wanted to do something with people. So I like challenges where I have to work out different solutions, and I quite like it when it doesn't go right and I have to go through lots of different types of answers, different approaches and methods before I get the right answer. I find that really challenging. I also really enjoy English. I particularly like reading children's books. Now, my children are teenagers, but I have a perfect excuse of being able to go into a bookshop and buy a children's book because I can buy it to read to my class. I particularly like picture books by Julia Donaldson because I love the illustrations as well. Axel Scheffler does brilliant illustrations, and I love the poetry and rhyme in her writing. I also really like picture books by Anthony Brown because there are lots of hidden pictures and hidden messages in the pictures. Now, the next question by Mr. James was, what do you most like about working at HJS? HJS to me feels like a family. We look out for each other, we support each other, and we're a team, and they're really important qualities to be able to work as part of a team and to look after the people around you. And when I talk about my class, I talk about you as my children, and that's because you just feel like one big family to me. The other things that are important to me in my life, I really enjoy swimming. It's my favourite sport. I try and go swimming a couple of times in a week. If I'm not swimming, I like being outdoors. I like being in my garden, and I love walking out in the countryside. So if we have time at the weekend, we'll try and go out somewhere like Box Hill and do the Box Hill hike. And holidays, we often go in the UK so we can climb mountains, because there's nothing better than all that effort of getting to the top of a mountain and just gazing out at the most amazing scenery and thinking, yep, I did that. I climbed for a couple of hours and I've got this most rewarding view as a result of it. Now I'm going to show you some slides now, some other things that are really important to me. Okay, here's my first slide. So my family. Well, this picture was taken last summer in Wales. It's my husband at the back, Gary, and then my son, Louis. Louis's 13, and then me in the middle, and my daughter, Abby. And it was a lovely holiday, and we climbed Snowdon, and that was a really big achievement for me. And then in the next picture is my son, Louis. Louis's passion in life is horses. He spends all of his time at the stables in Teddington, and the horse there is Elliot, and Louis loans Elliot, which means we sort of borrow him. Louis would like to think of him as his horse, but we do really only borrow him. Down at the bottom is my lovely daughter, Abby. She had her 16th birthday in lockdown. She's really musical. She plays clarinet and piano. Every time I hear her, I think, wow, what an amazing talent. I love hearing children in my class when they come in and they tell me about the different grades they're working on, what instruments they're playing, because I just think it's such special talent to have, to be able to play a musical instrument. And then down at the bottom are my two babies, Lily and Bee, and I'm going to show you the next slide with some more pictures of them. So Lily and Bee are both Burmese. Lily's up at the top. She's what's called a chocolate Burmese, and then Bee is a brown Burmese. They're 6 years old. Lily is the brains and the boss. They're sisters. Lily thinks she's a toddler. She's my other child, really. She follows me around everywhere. She climbs up on my shoulders. If I'm sitting down marking your books, she'll often climb up into my jumper, and she snuggles up and will stay under my jumper. And then if I get up and walk around, I have to put my hand underneath her to stop her falling out, and she'll spend the evening in my jumper. The next picture is Lily, where she likes to be the centre of attention, and I was busy doing a jigsaw, and she didn't like the fact I was doing a jigsaw, so she kept on trying to steal pieces of jigsaw. She thought if she disguised herself as the jigsaw lid, that I wouldn't notice. And then down at the bottom is Bee, and Bee is really special. She's not very clever. She forgets what she's doing, and she falls off things, and she's a bit of a worrier. She's a very special cat. She's also got breathing problems, so we have to give her 2 inhalers every day. And she snorts and she snores. She's the noisiest cat you'll ever hear, but she's a very, very loving cat. So they are my 2 special babies. And I'll often tell you stories about what they've got up to. And then on the next slide, Mr. James asked us the question, sort of a positive reflection about the last few months. And I was thinking about all the things that I've found time to do. I've found a lot more time to spend with my family, my children. So Abby and I have been enjoying watching films and doing jigsaws together and going on walks. Louis and I have a bit of a passion for Lego Technic. So we managed to make a Lego Technic crane and a Porsche, which was quite an achievement, particularly the crane because it's motorised and it goes up and down and rotates in different ways. So Louis tells me which bits he needs, and I find the bits, and then he puts it together. And down at the bottom is something I enjoy doing, but I rarely find time to do it. I do enjoy a bit of embroidery, and I thought, okay, while we're in lockdown over the next few months, I'd like to have something at the end of it to remind me of this time. So I chose this embroidery of a rainbow because the rainbow to me symbolises hope. And as you can see, I've done the top part of the tree, and I've done the red band of the rainbow and a bit of the orange band. I've still got quite a long way to go, but my aim is to have it done by the end of the summer so that I can put it in a frame, and it will just remind me about the real positives of this time, that I had a lot more time to do things that are relaxing and time to do special things with my family. Now I'm going to finish off with in fact, actually, I'm going to tell you the next thing. The next question was 5 fun facts about me. My first fact is that I have a twin brother. So my twin is called Tim. We were born in August. I also have an older sister called Alex. Next fun fact, which you sort of know already, I do have a bit of a secret passion for jigsaws. The bigger, the better. The more challenging, the better. Whilst we were in lockdown, I did a big Marmite jar jigsaw, and it was in the shape of a Marmite jar, and it was really complicated, but I did love the feeling when I'd finished it. Next fun fact, I was born in Liverpool. I lived in Germany for a couple of years in my life, where I worked in a hotel in the Black Forest, and my job was to make Black Forest Gatto, which in German is called Schwarzwaldkuchen. And I used to have to serve Kaffee and Kuchen, which was coffee and cake, to coach loads full of tourists who'd come to the Black Forest. The Black Forest is a lovely part of the world, lots of really nice walking. So I can speak German. My last fun fact, I have really big feet. Sometimes I feel like they're so big that I do fall over them occasionally. So I'm going to finish off by reading a story to you. Now, the book I'm going to read it from was actually given to me a couple of years ago by a girl who was in my class. And it's a lovely book because it's full of short stories, one short story for every day of the year. And I wanted to read this one to you. It's called The Blue Coat, and it's a traditional Jewish story. David's granddad was a tailor. When David was small, he liked to watch his granddad cut the cloth and stitch the pieces together to make wonderful clothes. One winter's day, David noticed some blue cloth on the shelf. "That's just enough to make you a coat," said Grandad. So he cut the blue cloth and made David a warm coat. Then they went out to search for animal tracks in the snow. David loved the blue coat, but next winter it was too small. "I can make something out of that," said Grandad, and he cut up the coat and made David a blue jacket. Then they went to the park, and Grandad taught him how to ride a bike. David loved his blue jacket, but eventually it wore thin. "I can make something out of that," said Grandad, and he cut up the jacket and made David a blue cap. Then he took him down to the river to learn how to fish. David loved his blue cap, but one day a dog chewed it and left only a scrap. "I can make something out of that," said Grandad, and he made a blue button and sewed it onto David's shirt. Then he asked David to put away his needles and pins. As time passed, the button frayed until all that was left was a thread. "That's the end of our blue cloth," said David sadly. "No, no," said Grandad. "You can make something out of that. Tell me about the blue coat." So David told Grandad about all the clothes he'd made for him and the wonderful things they'd done together. Grandad smiled. "You see," he said, "there's enough blue cloth to make a story." And I think when we look back at this time in lockdown, as strange and as unsettling as it's been, we're all going to have some really special stories to tell about some of the fun things that we've got up to and about the special times we spent with our families. Now I'm going to change it back, come out of this slide. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you in September. It would be lovely if any of you want to write some letters or perhaps write down some stories about the special times that you've spent with your families and some of the fun things you've done during lockdown that you can share with me in September.